Hello friends, I'm coming to you from one of my favorite places out in the woods, in nature, in the wild. If you hear panting in the background, that's just my dog Cookie. But I've had some really heavy stuff that I've been feeling into my heart, and I had somebody check in on me the other day, and I know her intention was good because she cares about me. But it left me with this feeling of just feeling like she didn't get me. She didn't really know what was going on for me. And there'd be no way for her to know that because she doesn't know me that well. So I want to share a few things. And I want to share it from this context of being here in this very strange place, 61 days of a state of emergency in California. And at first, it felt like we were really doing something really good. We were told that we were staying home to save lives, and that felt really, really, really good at first. It felt really easy, like, oh, we just have to stay in, we're gonna save lives. It made sense. But slowly, I had this penetrating question that was like, why now? Why are we suddenly doing something? Because I don't know about you, but like we've been watching on the, maybe now this doesn't go for everybody because there's a lot of people that are actually saving lives. Like I'm not really saving lives. I'm not a doctor. I'm not in the ER. I'm not a soldier. I'm a mom, so I save my kids' lives. I think I impact people and help them in a lot of ways. But we've been sitting at home for how long with our screens watching mass genocide all over the world. Like there's, at this given second, there's mass genocide happening in the world. Like we're not talking about that. In the history of the United States, I think we've only had 17 years of peace in the whole history of our United States. Because in the United States, we are masterful about going to war and starting battles and going into other people's countries and not saving lives. And I look at what's been going on all along in our country, and we have more than half of our population is dependent on the healthcare system for survival, because more than half of our population is either obese, has heart disease, diabetes. They're so sick, right? Half of our population is already sick and dying. And we were told from the beginning who COVID was going to affect. Okay? People over the age of 65, people with a compromised immune system, people with heart disease, people with diabetes, people that are obese, severely obese. And so we were told we're going to stay home to make sure that those people that would need the ICUs and the emergency rooms would have access to healthcare, so that we could make sure that we didn't flood the healthcare system. So at first that made sense. But I kept saying, why do we suddenly care? Like, why weren't we trying to get people to exercise? Why weren't we shutting down all of the fast food restaurants? Why weren't we stopping polluting of our waters? Why haven't we stopped polluting the air? Do you know millions and millions and millions of people die every year because of air pollution? And so I've been trying to figure out these answers, because it sounds in theory really great that to think and to believe that I'm actually contributing to the welfare of humanity by not doing anything. But I don't believe that that is true. Because at this point now, almost 40 million people are unemployed. That means hardworking, independent people that wanted to go to work can no longer work. So again, why? Why are we doing this? Why are we incentivizing people to stay home and become more dependent on the United States government and not less. And so then I started doing a little research, and I'm going to read this. I wrote it down because I wanted to make sure I got it right. So in 1997, drug companies spent roughly $17.1 billion on marketing for prescription drugs and any health conditions that may be associated with them. Okay? And they spent $600 million was spent to market awareness on health services. Okay? So that was in 1997. To date, the U.S. spends $164 billion to $329 billion on pharmaceuticals, on medication. Okay, so here it is. Why do they suddenly care? Because the people that are at higher risk of dying, and I'm not wanting you to die, I'm wanting you to survive, and I'm wanting you to take care of yourself. But it's not that suddenly we really care about these people. What it is they want to make sure that they don't lose their prize. They want to make sure that these people stay alive so they can keep paying the $329 billion every single year that they pay for their heart disease medication, for their high blood pressure medication, for their statins, for their diabetes medication, and all of these other medications. Because if we really, really, really wanted to save lives all along, we would be creating more healthcare systems that get people off drugs, more healthcare plans that incentivize people to exercise, more programs that incentivize people to move. And yeah, they're out there, but the reality is that big pharma controls big pharma controls a lot of this, and we're being sold. We're literally being sold an idea that once a vaccine comes out for COVID-19, that poof, magically everything will get better. And they're telling you that you need to wear a mask, which cuts down on your body's ability to bring in oxygen. It cuts down on your body's ability to breathe. And they're pretending as if that will keep you safe. That is a lie. Okay? The reason we get sick is because our body is not healthy. The reason that COVID is killing people is because they were already dying, okay? This is not like, it's not like getting shot with a bullet. You breathe in this virus, it goes into your body. If your body is healthy, if you are strong, your body has the ability to fight this off, to create antigens, to take the antigen and create antibodies for it and kill off those antigens, okay? So what we are seeing from the research is millions of people are getting it and they're okay and they're surviving. So they're not telling you that if you keep smoking, your chances of dying of COVID are 40%. If you keep drinking, your chances of dying of COVID are 40%. If you keep pigging out and eating all the crap that you eat, your chances of dying of COVID are 40%. And guess what? If you exercise, if you're healthy, if you take care of your body, if you don't fill it with poison, your chances of dying of COVID are less than 0.001%. Like that is the reality. That is the reality. It's a harsh reality. So we can go around, we can blame the drug companies, we can blame the pharmaceutical companies, we can blame the politicians. But the thing is, we're the ones that put the food in our mouths. We're the ones that take the pills. And so as long as there is a demand for those little pharmaceuticals, as long as you're dependent on it, the pharmaceutical companies keep winning. So you need to make it your goal to save your life. That needs to be your goal every day, that you get up, that you exercise, you put the right foods in your body, you resist the temptation to put stuff on your tongue that poisons you. You get out, you move, you breathe, you experience oxygen moving through your blood. That's what keeps you alive, not the masks. The masks aren't going to do anything for you. And I'm not saying don't wear them, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying it doesn't matter if you have a mask on your face, if you go home and you poison yourself each day. That's all. I hope that's not hard to hear, but maybe it'll wake somebody up. Maybe it'll make you think. Maybe it'll make you change your ways and start creating good habits and good patterns and live a healthy life and save your own life today.